Hey everybody, I decided that I'd like to make a last-minute addition to my tomato garden. I have here dwarf emerald giant tomato seeds, and I wanted to take this opportunity to show you a few tips and tricks for how to use these peat pellets to start seedlings. Now, I happen to love the peat pellets for starting seedlings. I use them every single year. If you're growing hundreds or thousands of tomato plants or pepper plants, they probably won't be for you, but if you're just growing a few dozen, like me, they're a great option. So I wanted to show you some tips and tricks on how to use these things. And the first thing I want to show you, in here is cold tap water. It's a little bit cooler than room temperature. I want to show you what happens when I put this peat pellet in there. You're going to see a whole lot of nothing happens. It still looks exactly the same. However, if you take those same peat pellets and then you pour boiling water over it or very, very hot water, watch what happens. You will see that the peat pellets swell immediately. Now, using this method has a few advantages. Not only does it make it a lot faster for you to hydrate your peat pellets, but the boiling water is going to have an effect. It's going to cleanse the peat moss. It'll kill any fungus gnat eggs or any bacteria or funguses that are lurking inside of your peat pellets. So it acts as a disinfectant, and it greatly saves some time from using regular old tap water. So all you do from this point is you pull back the netting and you let them cool off until room temperature or slightly above room temperature to plant your seeds. Now that the peat pods have cooled down, what I like to do is I like to take a chopstick and I like to fluff up the top of the peat, just the first 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, because tomato seeds don't have to be buried very deeply at all, only about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of cover. Now that the tops are fluffed, we're going to put anywhere from 2 to 3 seeds inside each peat pod. And the reason why you want to do at least 2 to 3 seeds is because seeds do not have 100% germination rates. Now, because these peat pods are pretty small, I'm only going to put 2 in each peat pod. I normally put 3, but these are just going to be supplemental tomatoes, so I'm not too worried about having extras. So those seeds are just going to sit down about a 1/4 inch into the soil, maybe even less. We are barely even going to bury them. And then once they're down, we're going to take the other end and we're just going to tamp them down lightly. They really do not have to be in far at all. And we're going to do that for both pods. And that's all there is to it. So from here, we're going to put on our dome, and it is going to go over onto the heat mat, and the dome is going to hold the humidity in. The peat pods are moist enough that the seeds should germinate just fine without adding much, if any, additional water. And the one thing you want to make sure you do is every day you want to remove this lid and give it fresh air to prevent funguses from growing or any kind of mold. So it's good to fan it, give it some fresh air, and that will protect from mold overgrowth. And in about 3 to 7 days on a heat mat, or 5 to 10 days without a heat mat, you should see some germination. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to see more videos and future content. I appreciate you all watching, and I hope to see you again next time.